Mandi fires back at Bridget.
Do we want to get into what the cost of this podcast cost? We recorded 3 episodes a week. Our team was of 7 people. Our expenses a month were almost $10,000 a month. We hired. Do you know what happens when you hire people? That cuts into your net profits. Let me break that down a little bit for you. So when we got our deal, all money that comes in, are you ready? 10% went to UTA. 5% went to legal. This was every month. Joe received perpetuity every quarter. We had accounting that got paid a flat rate fee. Then we had our team. We had a social media manager. We had an audio manager. We had our engineer that got paid. We had to pay the studio. How many more people were we supposed to pay before we didn't see any money? Me and my partner should work together as a team, no? Because we're getting 50-50. Every Monday and Thursday, I was having to run home because how we were supposed to split work, and this is work. This is the easy part of work. Uploading the ISOs, video, and audio. Her Wi-Fi wasn't strong enough. We didn't get a monthly check. We got distributions. We had expenses. We got paid net profit. So here I go, running the whole show, and then also having to go home every Monday and Thursday to upload files. This idea of HR problems, I would like you to know that everyone who worked with me on See the Thing Is has continued to work with me. The person she said I made cry on tour with See the Thing Is joined me on a 19-city tour for Horrible Decisions. I will continue to hire her, and we have found a way to work together. We needed to record 3 episodes a week. 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Friday, and Wednesday's Patreon. We left Joe and started recording out of HMD Studios. Now, y'all can only guess how expensive it is to keep up the aesthetic that Joe laid out for us. And here goes my ego. I absolutely was not going to let the quality of See the Thing Is diminish because we left Joe. So I knew, oh baby, we need a team and we need to make it happen. We were spending $1,000 a week on a studio. $1,000 a week on just the studio. This did not include our audio manager or our audio producer. This did not include our YouTube producer. This did not include the clips getting cut. So I, myself, choose to purchase a studio. This was not an us thing. This was not an us decision. Only my name is on the lease. Only my name was on the lease. $60,000 of my own money was spent. My frustration grew during our tour. We did 5 live shows. I fully produced the live shows. I hired everyone for the live shows. For the live shows, she had 3 jobs. She was talent. As a producer, I asked her to come up with a game for us to play because I came up with finished the lyrics. I did the PowerPoint. Her 3rd job was the Freshly Squeezed segment. I said, let's have live performances at our live shows. Cool. Y'all, she couldn't book anybody. Not only was I frustrated that she did not help with at all the production of the live show, she didn't book anybody to perform except for Ro James at our very last live show. She also, in therapy, following our tour, said that she was an artist as her excuse as to why she showed up late to 3 of the 5 live shows. Let's be very clear. She said she was an artist, yet was being paid 50-50 of net profits of a business. She showed up late. She showed up an hour and a half late to our very first live show in LA because she said she had the bubble guts and her stomach hurt. She showed up late to our show in Atlanta because of traffic. She then showed up an hour and a half late to our sold out live show in New York City because of her hair. Her hair girl came late, which left me to literally set up the entire stage, lighting, sound check, and literally communicate everything to the venues before she even got there. All of that personal fluff, like I'm jealous of her relationship, or that I was mourning my relationship, or that we weren't friends, or that I started hanging out with her old best friend, all of that fluff, I made the decision that this was not a partnership that I wanted to continue in.
That's right. On her Instagram Live, Mandi decided to address Bridget for the last episode of her podcast, where she basically made Mandi out to be some podcast diva who doesn't give a damn about friends in the industry and made people cry, did bad business, all of that jazz. Now, what was interesting about this is this was a stark rebuttal to everything Bridget had to say. And I must say, I have to give credit to the people in my comment section, and I gotta do it. I feel like I was on top of this from the jump. Remember when they tried to do that amicable split and it was more than obvious something was rotten in Denmark? I gotta tell you, man, Mandi really laid it on the line. This was her episode 437. Remember when Joe Budden performatively fired Rory Amal? This was it. And I have to say, she gave even more concrete details than Joe did on episode 437. So what happens this live is Mandi outlines how Bridget was a talent but was trying to get paid like an owner, but was not making owner moves. And she even started to outline why she got a new studio. Basically, they were paying a lot of money for a new studio, so she bought her own studio and decided to broadcast out of there. And she even broke down this, this solution that they were trying to work to, where the two would split the business, where Mandi would get ownership of the YouTube, the Patreon, if she paid $35,000 for those assets, and then Bridget would get the Instagram, the TikTok, basically the things that don't generate revenue. I need more clarity on that because Mandi made it seem like it was crazy for Bridget to ask that, but I would assume that YouTube was big enough and that Patreon was big enough to charge $35,000 for it. I would guess it was making upwards of $10,000 a month. So if you have ownership of it, then maybe it was a good investment. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Also, she basically reveals how she's been in contact with Joe about, this whole breakup and letting him know because she feels like he was the one that was a part architect of this. Mandi also says that she was the one that decided to bring Bridget on, which was true. Mandi was the one. Like, if you go back to the No Jumper interview, if you go back to early discussions about See the Thing Is, when See the Thing Is started, Joe and Bridget were not talking to each other. Remember, they had this issue where they fell out because Joe would not allow Bridget to be on the show after she released some music, and then he had some artists on. I think it was Ro James, so she felt like he was playing with her. But they decided to put her on See the Thing Is, and boy, was that a doozy of a decision as everything fell apart. I mean, remember Olivia Dope? That feels so long ago, but everything just looks bad. I wonder what Olivia Dope has to say. A little later on in the live, Mandi, shouts me out, and she's like, "Danny, you lied in your video. I said Bridget was lazy. I never said that." And I responded by saying, yes, that is true. That is accurate. I did say that I think I did put in the video, is Bridget lazy? Because it seems like that's what you're insinuating. It seems this whole live made me right in my conviction. I know you think Bridget's lazy. Look at this live. You just won't say lazy. You're getting into the semantics of it because if you go, that's what you do when somebody's right. You play the semantics card. Oh, I never said that. But this whole Instagram live reaffirms what I think you truly believe. You didn't like the way Bridget was approaching the business. You said she was showing up late. You said she had the bubble guts and she couldn't arrive for a show. You said that her Wi-Fi was bad. It was getting crazy. It was looking bad, as Mo would say. But let me know what you think in the comments. I thought Mandi did a great job of breaking everything down. Obviously, this is her perspective. I feel like Bridget will fire back. And I wonder what she will say. Because these two are heading towards litigation. It looks like litigation is on the way. This is not like the Rory Mal and Joe situation where they haven't sued each other. This isn't even like the Deezus and Meryl situation where the contract ran out. It looks like a lot is left up in the air. I don't know who owns the YouTube channel. I wonder if the deal was done because it seems like the Patreon that was See the Thing Is became Bridget's channel for Everything Is Fine, which is her new podcast. There's a lot going on. It's getting super messy. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to try to get this out real quick, so I'm not going to do too much science right now. I just wanted y'all to see that clip. All right, y'all. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.